Okay, let's talk about the first new hero, Leandra. So I was going to make a video about all four of these heroes at once, but as you can see, their abilities are pretty complex, so now I think it makes more sense to make one video for each hero at a time. So yeah, let's start. Her ultimate ability is a standard AoE damage, and her second active ability is a standard single target damage. It's only getting more complex starting from there. So let's look at her first passive. At start of each round, Leandra summons one Radiant Crystal on an empty allied slot, and randomly devours summoned creature before taking action. So there's two parts of this sentence. The first is, at start of each round, Leandra summons one Radiant Crystal on an empty ally slot. So now there's this extra slot right here if your team has units that can summon. So right now my team has Janna, so there's an extra slot. So when the game starts, Janna will summon Stranger with her ability, and the summoned unit will be at this slot. And if I remove Janna, it won't be here. There's no extra slot. So Leandra's ability will summon a Radiant Crystal, which is a recolored Plobis. So yeah, I think the dev knows a lot of people like Plobis, so they make it a summon. Let's take a look at how the extra slots work. Yeah, so as you can see, we have this purple Plobis right here. So the second part of the sentence is devours one summoned creature before taking action. So if I was writing this, I would probably make this a period and then start a new sentence. Before Leandra takes action, she will devour one summoned creature. Yeah, that's what. So there's two part of this passive. Like at start of each round, Leandra summon Radiant Crystal on an allied empty slot. And the second part is before Leandra takes action, she will devour a summoned creatures. So devour is basically kill the creature, and when she kills the creature, Leandra will permanently increase her own attack by 5 million and up to 100 million. So that's a scary number, but if we look at my Leandra, her attack is already at 5682. So that's 5 million already. So when she devours a summoned creature, she will double her attack. She also apply 2 stack of Holy Shield when she devours a unit. According to my experience, this is not that broken. So it seems very broken, but it's not. Anyway, let's look at the Radiant Crystal. So it's a purple Plobis. Inherit 50% of Leandra's stats. Attack a single target enemy, dealing 50% physical damage. Can summon up to 6 maximum per battle. So this is a pretty weak summon. Most summons are pretty weak, so it's mostly there to be devoured by Leandra. So that's her first passive. And let's move on to her second passive. When I was showcasing the battle, you notice that Leandra cast her ultimate on round 1. And that's because of her second passive. So the reason she's casting her ultimate is each time an ally successfully summons one creature, after any unit take action, Leandra will use her ultimate to attack. Can be triggered up to 3 times per battle. So this sentence is a little confusing. Here's how I understand it. Each time an ally successfully summons a creature, Leandra will get 1 point. So like 1 point for Leandra when an ally successfully summon a unit. And after any unit takes action, Leandra will consume 1 point to use her ultimate to attack. And this can be triggered up to 3 times per round. In a very ideal scenario, when there's 3 units left, and you summon the 3 creatures on that round, because there's in total 6 slots now if you can summon creature, and then Leandra will cast her ultimate 3 times. So yeah, that can be, it can be broken, but it requires a lot of setup, and a lot of these setups will require randomness. That's only one part of her ability. She also has another part of this passive. So when Leandra is alive, the death passive effects triggers when any of our allied summoned creatures die are double. Okay, let's read that again. When Leandra is alive, the death passive effect triggered when any of our allied summoned creatures dies are doubled. Example, when any units die on battlefield, Janna increase her attack. This is how I understand it. So if we look at Janna, when any units on the battlefield die, Janna increase her attack by 50% up to 20 stat. So if your Leandra is alive and when your units dies, and I think the game will check if this unit that is dying is a summoned creature. If it's a summoned creature, then Janna will gain double this effect. Now, what about her rune skill? I think her rune skill isn't that great. So when the team includes 3 different types of rune synergies, Leandra's attack gained from devouring will increase by 50% and 100% respectively. So I like the idea of having the team include 3 different types of rune synergy. So it's an interesting team building cost, but the effect isn't that great. So it's increasing the attack she gained from devouring, but devouring is already pretty hard to trigger because it requires you to take action, and when you are taking action, there needs to be a summoned creature involved, and summoned creature usually get summoned on round start, and they might die to auto attack or relic damage and stuff. So it's hard to trigger, and it's only increased by 50%, and so I don't think it's that good. So yeah, and if the effect isn't that great, and it requires like a team building cost, and you have to spend the currency to get her exclusive room, so all of these make it not that worth it. But it's fine if a hero has a bad rune skill. You can just give the exclusive rune to other people. So I don't think it's a downside for. So what I'm trying to say is don't let the bad rune skill discourage you from getting Leandra if you want to get her already. But yeah, that's all her abilities. So Leandra will be in S tier in the Royal Heroes tier list. She's definitely very strong and has a lot of utility, but she's not at the same level as Eudora and Astrid. In fact, at the high level PvP, she's gonna lose to Eudora and Astrid, because Eudora, especially with her skin, is gonna be a lot faster. If Eudora has red legendary exclusive room, she's gonna one-shot your entire team before your Leandra gets to devour your summon and gain holy shield and gain stats and do her thing, because she need to take action to devour the summons. And Eudora, if the Eudora has the skin, then Eudora will be faster than her, and she doesn't get to do her thing. And the second thing is, even if the Eudora doesn't have skin, let's say the Eudora is 106 speed, Then the problem is there's actually a lot of counters to her ability, so this new hero will have the ability to steal the holy shield from all your units. And also, even if there's no new heroes, there's the enfeeble effect, which is activated by unique or supreme celestial runes. So that will prevent your Leandra from providing holy shield to your team. So yeah, she's definitely good. I'd say she's especially good in early game because her when she devour units, she gained flat stats, 2.5 million attack, and the earlier you are, the more impactful it is. What 2.5 million stats is going to be useful. So at late game, you already have a lot of stats, and it's going to be not as impactful. But at early game, it's going to be super impactful. So yeah, she's in S tier. You can, if you really like her, you can buy her, and if you feel like she's gonna be useful in your team, then she's definitely worth it. But if you don't like her or you feel like you don't want to spend, then you can also skip her. So she's not on the same level as Eudora or Astrid. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.